Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm gonna do a just quick Q&A. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I try not to make them too long and they end up being an hour, but this time Tyler's downstairs making dinner for us, which is really awesome, and I got a sleepy puppy next to me and it's getting late, but I figure I haven't done one in a while and I just want to talk to you guys. So I asked on Twitter, I just left it on Twitter this time. I asked on Twitter for some questions you guys have. So the first one I got is from Allie, and she asked, what Netflix shows am I watching? I'm gonna be honest, we canceled cable finally, and it was so liberating because I was like, we don't watch it. Like, it's wasted money. Hands up in the air, high five down in the comments if you don't have cable, because you don't need it with Netflix we pay for and Hulu. I'm like, those together are still way cheaper than a cable bill, and it's like all the shows I actually want to watch, and I can watch them when I want, and you know, anyway. I'm over explaining to a generation of people that I know probably totally get it. Anyway, Netflix shows we watch Stranger Things. And we watch, it kind of freaks me out though, I'm like a scaredy cat. We watch Fuller House, yes, in all its cheesy glory. We own like the box set. I think I got that for Christmas for Tyler last year. The box set of, oh no, it was his birthday, of Full House. And so we rewatched the whole series, and then we started watching Fuller House. And it's even cheesier than the original show. I was talking to my sister about this today. But regardless, it's so good in the dumbest way. So for us, we totally love it. We totally geek out on it, even though it's terrible and wonderful. What other shows do we watch? We watch, I don't know what's on Netflix versus Pinocchio. Anyway, so we also watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I watched The Mindy Project. He kind of dropped off, and I think it's now done, but that one's on Hulu. What else do we watch? I've tried to get into Shameless. I've only watched like one, and although that's like Showtime, isn't it? I've watched like one episode, and a lot of you guys tell me I look like Emmy Rossum, which I'm like, that is the biggest compliment ever. I don't really see it, but I'm like, I will take the compliment, thank you. Anyway, but I need to like actually get into that. I also tried to watch Mad Men, and I'm only like 4 episodes in. Like, does it pick up the pace? I don't know. I watched House of Cards. Now I'm curious to see what they do with it with all this Kevin Spacey drama and them cutting him from it. I'm very curious. I could see how it would actually work to cut him from it if you've seen all the way through. Anyway, I have mixed feelings about that show. Anyway, I feel like we watch a lot, but like comedy-wise, we like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Mindy Project. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is a good one. Oh, Bob's Burgers is our favorite show of all time. Family Guy we watch on and off. Things like that. But yeah, next question. Ooh, I need to change my battery. Laura asks, is the L'Oreal sponge better than the Real Technique sponge? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That L'Oreal sponge is the best. That and the Flower Beauty one are neck and neck. I think the L'Oreal one does a little bit better of a job of actually spreading it onto my face and making it look flawless. Like, the Beauty Blender, I feel like, and I keep buying Beauty Blenders, and I really need to stop because I really am realizing the L'Oreal one is better. I reach for it more often. I'm having to clean it all the time. It's half the price. It just does a better job of spreading it all over your skin and not looking streaky, and not also like soaking up so much of the foundation that you might as well not even put it on, if that makes sense. So that was versus the Beauty Blender, but same with the Real Techniques. I feel like they did something to the Real Technique sponge and made it different, and I don't know what it is because I don't have my old original one, and I wish I did because it was so much better. The one I have now, I don't know. I feel like it's weird and different. So it's not terrible, but I would totally recommend the L'Oreal one over that if you haven't bought one. What is my favorite place to travel to? Okay, well, Disney. We go to Disney World all the time, duh. But beyond Disney, like, I loved Barcelona when we were there this past summer. It was so awesome. I also like going to Chicago. I used to live there, and I love, like, this last time we went was, I think, around the holidays last year. We usually go, like, in December. And Tyler and I I think we stayed there longer. Like, my family was with us for part of it. Anyway, we tried all these new restaurants, and we just had such a fun time. I love that city. When's the next time me and Tyler are going to Disney? I think we're going, well, I know we're going, in late December, and I'm very, very excited. Isabella asked, how is your school year going, and how is your class this year? It's going awesomely, and my class is awesome, as they always are. I really am lucky. I've got great families, great kids, and I mean, all kids are great, but you guys know what I mean. They're sweet, and you know, I have a couple rascals, but they're sweet, so you know what I mean? You kind of get beyond it, and they're all just, I feel like they care about school. I mean, obviously we all have certain feelings about school, but you know, I feel like I could still get them involved in things that maybe they wouldn't have cared about before, which is what I love about teaching. And I just love it. This is definitely, I feel like every year I teach, it's only my 4th year teaching, I feel like every year I teach, I love it more and more and more. And it's just awesome. I feel very, very blessed to be where I am. I've got awesome coworkers and I just love it. Kara asked, what are my holiday plans? We usually do stuff with both sides of the family, like my side and then Tyler's. So we're still, like, I feel like the families are all still settling on how, because, you know, we've got grandkids now on a lot of the sides and trying to juggle, like, can one family have, like, a certain time? It's so hard. I mean, most of you guys know, because you probably go through the same thing. But dealing with how do we want to do, like, Christmas with this family and still have our own. You know what I mean? So I know my parents usually will do a Christmas Eve thing. They've kind of started doing that. And so the Braun side, Tyler's side, we're figuring that out because a lot of times we've been out of town or they've been out of town. So I'm excited to have Christmas at home in our very first home together. That's exciting. I'm excited to decorate. And we're like cheapos and we always buy things like after the holidays. So like we have a decent amount of Christmas stuff, but I always get excited for it after Christmas when everything's on clearance and you can buy awesome decor for like really cheap. We just did that for like Halloween and fall decor. We just bought like a ton of stuff at 70% off. It was awesome. So it's totally the way to do it. And if you have a Big Lots near you, I don't have one near me, but I used to be near one, and they have amazing decor. Excuse me. They have amazing decor for really cheap. Sarah Kate, hey Sarah, I love your channel. She said, what's your favorite Christmas movie? I would have to say, okay, it's like a 3-way tie. Home Alone, well, Home Alone 1 and 2, tied for first. They always will be. But close seconds are Elf and the Santa Claus. I love all the movies, but the original Santa Claus is also one of my favorites. So it's like those 3 I feel like I always have to watch, or at least have on in the background while I'm, I don't know, cooking, whatever, during December, because I love them so much. Kristen asked, as a fellow teacher, how do you manage to find time to be both successful in your career and on YouTube? Still working on both. Dun, 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 dun. I will say this. There are times, like most of you guys know that with working a full-time job, I thought I'd be able to find the time like after work to freshen up and film a video. It's just not happening. Like I thought it would. I've literally not done it a single time because by the time I get home from work, most of you guys know when you get home from work, you're tired. You want to eat a snack, you want to relax, you want to unwind. And while I love filming, it's just not something I'm dying to do right when I get home from work. And then when it's later in the night, then I'm even more tired. You know what I mean? And I want to spend time with Tyler and Pinocchio. So with that being said, I film on the weekends, most of you guys know that, and I feel like it can be hard because I sit down and this is not me complaining, I'm being honest with you guys. I feel like I'll sit down and it can be really taxing to film 5 or 6 videos and do close-ups and make sure my face looks decent half the time, you know, and I like to change outfits so that you guys don't feel like you're staring at the same outfit all the time. And I hope you don't feel like I'm like trying to lie to you. It was actually your guys' recommendation for me to just change videos or change shirts like every 2 videos I film so at least it's a little bit different. Anyway, so long story short, it can be very tiring, but to me, they're both important to me. So I make the time and I make myself do it. And so throughout the week, I'm editing when I can, and you know, some weeks are better than others. You know, I don't have a set schedule because I know the second I do that, I'm gonna feel overwhelmed and not want to do it. YouTube still is fun to me. So even though it can be extra work, it's still fun to me. It's the same thing, teaching. It's extra work, but it's still fun to me. So I'm like, why quit one or the other while they're both still enjoyable? So that's kind of where I'm at. Do I ever think I would do YouTube full time? I know a lot of people ask that. I just don't know. Like, I know I know that the second I quit and only did YouTube, I'd be able to get videos up 5 days a week. You know, but I also know myself and know that I would go crazy being at home all the time. I just don't know that it's in my blood to be able to do that. I don't know. And maybe I'm saying this and maybe in a few years I will be doing it full time and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I love it. I can't imagine doing it any other way. It's something that I juggle in my mind all the time. All the time. So who knows what the future will bring. Cassie asks, how's the new house? Is Pinocchio loving having a yard? Yes, he is. He just runs around. He mostly just sniffs around, let's be real. He's a beagle. But he just loves it. And he loves barking at the squirrels and the ducks. And it just makes my heart happy. just watching him happily jaunt around the yard with his ears flopping around. I love that doggy so much. Anyway, but the new house is great. We both kind of feel like he's got his office, I've got mine, and it's so nice to have a space to create, as cheesy as it sounds. But it is, and it's nice for him to have a space. I mean, he really genuinely works from home, so his office he needs to have. He needs to have that place to organize files and, you know, all that stuff. So I'm so thankful this house has room enough for that as well. And we just kind of feel like we're getting settled. A lot of our rooms are done, essentially. The only room we really haven't done much with is the basement. Like, we've created a workout room down there and some storage and stuff, but we need a couch and we want a TV down there. But that's kind of all stuff that we're like, we already have TVs and couches in other rooms that we use, so it's not that big of a deal. It's not a rush. But in the future, that's something we're kind of looking towards doing eventually. So Katie asked, what's #1 on your bucket list and what is your favorite part of being married? Bucket list, I want to go someplace that I'm so uncomfortable because it scares me. Like, being in Paris was so much fun because I was uncomfortable because I didn't speak the language. But looking back, I'm like, I'm so glad I did it. You know what I mean? So I want to go someplace that I really would be uncomfortable. Not a European city, but like Thailand or somewhere that it's such a culture shock that it would, I don't know, like force me to get out of my shell in that way, because I love to travel, but certain things really do make me nervous. Long flights make me incredibly nervous. Not speaking the language and being able to communicate, I just don't like that part of traveling, but I know it's good for me. And so I feel like that's just kind of one of those things that's just in my brain. Favorite part of it being married, I don't know, like some morning, and it'll get me all teary-eyed, but like we've had a rough week just in our family, and see, now I'm getting emotional. We've had a very rough, really few weeks. There's been medical issues for me. There's been issues with dogs in our life, and a dog that had to be abruptly put to sleep, and like Tyler's had issues. Oh my gosh, like so many things in our life not has come crashing down, but just a lot of stuff. And like little things, like this morning I woke up and like it was just really earlier than I needed to be up, and so I couldn't fall back asleep, so I grabbed my phone and I was just checking my email, and I just felt Tyler kind of, his hand just kind of reached over and just kind of held my hand. And I don't know what it was about that. And if you're married and happy, I hope you guys are, it's just those little things that are so dumb. Like, it's so dumb, but like for whatever reason, it just like sent butterflies in my stomach everywhere. You know, it made no sense, but you guys get it. And I always cry in these videos. I don't know why, but I'm just so thankful. And even though, you know, we can have those times like today, we never really like fight, but like we'll get just tiffy with each other. We both got, actually this is a couple days ago, we both got new iPhones, and we're trying to set it up with the online chat, and like he's still setting it up, and he's like, ah, and I'm like, well, Tyler, you've got to be ready. She wants you to turn off your phone so she can activate it from wherever she is. And he's like, well, I'm still doing this. And I'm like, and like those little things, I'm like, they're so dumb. And then like we're done and we're like, I'm sorry. And we're just like, that was so dumb. So I'm thankful for that too, that we can kind of realize that those little dumb tiffs where we're just like with each other are exactly that, dumb. And you move on, and they meant literally nothing. Anyway, tangent alert. Kaylin asked, what is your Hogwarts house? Ravenclaw. That kind of surprised me, but then as I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, that checks out. Ravenclaw. I think Tyler's was, I almost said Hogwarts. What is Gryffindor? And he's like proud as a peacock about it being Gryffindor. Anyway, and then Kaylin also asked, who are my favorite musicians or musical groups? I love Lorde. I love her. Like, I don't know what it is about her. I watch all of her music videos like more than once, and I really just don't watch music videos. I love her. I love her music. I love like the way she thinks and writes is just so different, but she's one of those people that like I want to meet. I feel like I'd be friends with her. I love, okay, some of my favorite songs of hers, The Louvre, I love Perfect Places. Oh my gosh, I could name, like, I literally have not heard a Lorde song I don't like. Supercut, I love. She's so good. She's probably my favorite. I also love John Mayer. He went through some weird dips with albums that I didn't love. Like, there'd be a song or two I liked. But just generally, I really do like his music. And he's kind of getting back to what he used to do. And I'm happy about that. Who else do I love? And I mean, like, I love Taylor Swift. There are other, like, I listen to all kinds of music. but just like my deep tracks are like Lorde. That really is what really gets to me. I went through a phase a long time ago where I really liked ska music. And I'll never be able to explain it, but like I was really into it. Anyway, oh, awesome question. Whitney asks, what are your visions for your channel in 2018? I'm really, and I'm kind of starting it now, I'm branching out. I'm trying to do videos that are just different. Whether it's a video I saw someone else do and I'm like, I want to try that, that's new, that's fresh, and I really liked it. And then just giving them a shout out. I've already filmed like 2 or 3 recently where it was literally a video I saw another YouTuber do and I loved the idea. So I shouted them out and said, this is their video, go check it out. Because A, that gives exposure to other channels, which I think is really cool. But B, it's just something fresh. I feel like a lot of the things on YouTube are stale. I stopped doing subscription box videos as much because I thought they were just getting kind of stale. And so just kind of keeping it fresh and new and I don't know, just trying new different products. I feel like I'd gotten into a rut where I was only trying products from brands that I knew and trusted, but there's so much out there that it's like, why? Try some other stuff. Give some airtime to brands that no one's talking about. And so that's kind of my vision. It's just a fresh new year, lots of new content, new brands, and just stuff that's not necessarily only the things that are, not that I'm not going to talk about brands that are popular. I will, and also review, but also giving that extra time to other brands. And so I'm really excited about that portion of it. Ari, pretty name, or Ari, but I think it's Ari, asks, what are some things about teaching you wish people knew? Sub-plans take forever. I wish people knew how much time it is behind the scenes, and I know people talk about it, but people that aren't teachers or that don't know teachers personally, like I know some people have parents that are teachers, but people outside of that realm, I don't think they get how much time it takes. And then energy all day long, you're teaching. You're not sitting behind your desk. You are up and teaching and doing small groups and doing conferences and doing, I mean, you're never resting. And I think people can say from their ivory tower, oh, teachers deserve to get paid more, but I'm like, no, teachers deserve to get paid more. Like, it's so much more work. Like, Tyler used to work in a cubicle, and he would say, and he made, you know, more than I did teaching. And he would say, you know, it's terrible. Like, I go to the, and he quit it. He hated that job. You know, there was nothing wrong with the company he worked for. It was just the office job. He just couldn't do it. And he'd say, you know, I go into work, I do my job the best as I can, and then I leave, and I don't think about work. Whereas with teaching, you go home and you think about those kids. You're thinking, how can I rearrange my seating chart to help these talkative kids stop talking? Or you know, oh, I wonder what's going on at home with this kid. Why has he been so off? Or, you know, how can I help this one kid learn how to study? Or, how, you know, all these things that go on in your head, you can't just leave it. And, you know, I will say one thing I'm proud of is I have drawn a line in the sand. And I do not work for teaching at home. I do check my email and I still respond to parents on there just because I know if I were a parent and it were like 8 p.m. and I'm like, wait, is this actually due? Like, I don't know. I would want a response. So that is one thing I do that not everyone does. But I don't grade papers at home anymore. I don't plan at home. I don't bring any of it home. And I know a lot of my coworkers do. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not paid enough to do that, to be quite candid. But also, I get my job done. I get the grading done in time. I just make sure I'm doing it within work hours, after school or before school or during prep. Because, like I said, I don't think it's fair for me to take it home when I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, not that there's anything wrong. I know a lot of people do that. That's not what I'm saying. But for me, I'm like, for me to also have YouTube as a full-time job, I have to draw a line somewhere. So that's kind of what I do. Savannah asks, favorite thing about being a YouTuber and least favorite thing? My favorite thing is that I get to do what I used to do in my car for no one. And like, I would literally sit in my car and I'd buy like 2 lip products from CVS. This is before I had a channel. And I would sit there, and I know some of you guys are gonna be like, I do that. Oh my gosh, I do that. And if you do this, you should start a channel. I would sit in my car and like be at a stoplight and I'd be like, so just bought this new concealer from Ulta. I have it in the shade Light. I really like that it's got a doe foot. Like, I would genuinely be filming a fake video for absolutely no one, and I'm sure the people around me at the stoplight were like, what in the heck is she doing? That's what I used to do. Or I would do it in my head, but like in my bedroom, I'd be like, this is like the Too Faced Melted Matte. Like, I didn't want my parents to hear because that'd be embarrassing. Anyway, I used to do that, and so I love that now I get to do it for you guys, and like it's not fake. It does feel different, I will say. It was almost more fun to do it pretend. That sounds terrible. Anyway, it's just different. My least favorite thing, however, is feeling, and this is like a deep cut again, feeling like I always have to look perfect on camera. First of all, I never look perfect. But like, that's one thing, maybe another like 2018 idea. I want to break free from feeling like, and of course this shirt looks crazy as I'm saying this, but I want to break free from feeling like I have to look 100% perfect in a outfit you've never seen with the perfect jewelry and my hair's got to look perfect. I want to break free from that because A, it's not realistic. B, I end up spending way too much time getting ready and not enough time filming. I'd rather be talking to you guys than doing that. And I just feel like, I don't remember who I heard recently talking about this, but it really resonated with me. Just that feeling like if you do film videos or whatever, I'm like, real life is real. And my favorite YouTubers are real and they look real and they are honest, of course, but they don't always feel like they need to look perfect. And so I feel like I've got to break that feeling of like, I'd be wearing like a really fun t-shirt and I'd be like, oh, I got to change out of this and wear a v-neck with a cute necklace for the video. It's like, why? Wear the cute t-shirt and show it to you guys because you might be interested in it, and it's okay to be wearing a freaking t-shirt. So I really want to shake that and be even more real with you guys, I guess is what I'm saying. So yeah, that's another kind of goal of mine, but it's like my least favorite part that I'm gonna just kind of change and turn it around on its head and take charge. So that's all the questions I'm gonna answer tonight. I think dinner's almost ready and I'm like freaking ravenous. But I hope you enjoyed it. I will link my most recent Q&A. I don't know when that was, but I will link it below. I'm so sorry. But if you enjoyed this, I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't been. Definitely click my little notification bell. Get notified when I upload new videos. And other than that, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Thanks for asking the questions, by the way. Bye, guys. Oh, and follow me on Twitter. It's JamBeauty89. Bye, for real.